How are we doing, people? It's Mark here from the Throwback Store, and welcome to episode 9. 9, of the Throwback Podcast. I'm here with my distinguished co-host, Ginger Shaq. How are we doing?
What is good? I am fantastic, Senor Murphy.
Well, yeah, we can go with that. So, what's been going on in the world?
Bit quiet, isn't it? It's been a quiet week for basketball.
Has it?
Yeah, not much.
Not much gone on. Do you want to just knock this on the head and talk about, I don't know, COVID? Because that's all that's being talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rona, innit?
Yeah.
Vaccines.
Yeah.
No! Fucking free agency, mate!
Exactly. Yeah. Big moves going on in my neck of the woods in the Sixers. Shipped out a couple of players, dragged a couple of players in. Players that I'm happy with. It seems like Doc is looking at what the Bucks are kind of trying to do, which is surround Giannis with shooters. So it looks like that's what they're trying to do with Embiid and Simmons, bringing Danny Green in, bringing Seth Curry in. Great moves. Shout out to Elton Brand, Daryl Morey and Doc for making some big moves early on. Still a couple, I think, that could potentially happen. But for now...
Dwight as well.
Yeah, bringing Dwight in. Yeah, I think I like Dwight, you know. It is what it is. It's rim protection for when Embiid is sitting out. Or
It's going to be interesting in general, isn't it? Just see how him and Embiid get on.
Yeah, well, I just think iron sharpens iron, doesn't it? So I think those two in training, in practice, will help each other out. This looks like an Embiid jersey because he's got 21, but it's actually not. It's Larry Hughes. But hey ho, here we are.
Are you wearing that because you were hoping that was going to be the style of jersey you were playing this year?
We're not going back there. We've only just got past that. We've only just got past it. Let's not.
No, but I think, like you said, Sixers, you guys have strengthened. The Bucks, that went a bit tits up, didn't it?
Yeah, with Bogdanovic going to Atlanta.
But Atlanta, have you seen their roster?
Yeah, they've put some pieces together. In Atlanta.
They've gone from a lottery team to now you're like 5th, 6th seed.
Well, let's see. I seen yesterday, or it might have been the day before, OKC UK. I'm sure it was OKC UK with a hot take saying that Atlanta are going to finish above Philly. Slow your roll. Let's not.
You're not having it.
They've not. Let's see if Atlanta can make the playoffs. Do you know what I mean? At all.
No, but maybe that's what he's saying. Maybe Atlanta are going to make the playoffs and Philly just won't.
With 2 All-Stars, probably the best big man in the league and potentially the best point guard in the league.
Why, are you making trades?
Oh, here we go. It started. I know where we will finish higher than.
I didn't realise you traded for Kobe White and Lauri Markkanen.
Or Kobe Bryant and Larry Brown, whichever. Or Larry Bird. Either one. Either will do.
I'll take any fucking Larry.
Yeah.
Because at the end, if I get the Larry O'Brien, I'm a happy man.
There you go. But
no, I mean, to be fair, like the Hawks have strengthened. Like like it's a very dependable roster. It looks solid. You can't really say much about it, to be honest. Like, you got to see how it plays out. I think Rondo's a great asset. I know when he was in Chicago, he was a big advocate of supporting the younger players, and he's quite a mentor. So, we've got to hold out for that. The Nets, they re-signed Joe Harris.
Yeah, that's it's not progress, but it's not, I suppose you're not losing any shooting. So that's good. I think the big one is, like we discussed in one of the other podcasts, was that the Bucks were potentially favourites if they got Bogdanovic and the moves that were predicted to be made. And now you have the Lakers bringing in Trez, bringing in Montrezl Harrell. That's big. That's a big move.
It is.
They've really strengthened LA
for a very small amount of money.
Yeah,
they have picked up the sixth man of the year.
Well,
arguably the guy that should have been the sixth man of the year.
Yeah, but
do you know what I mean?
But what you've got, like, let's not get it twisted. Like, isn't Montrezl Harrell with Clutch Sport?
Yes.
So he's getting paid. He's really undervalued, obviously, in regards to how much money he's getting paid. But how much money is he really getting paid? Like, is the mansion going to be free? Or is he going to get some kind of...
Rumour has it he's signed on the basis that he's allowed to attend Taco Tuesdays.
I'd sign on the basis that I don't have to attend Taco Tuesdays because them kids of LeBron are annoying.
Bronny's going to get drafted in 3 years.
I know. And he's not
that
even...
mad?
It
like,
is
literally, it came up on, like, I think it was Clutch Points or something. It was an article. And I was like, 2023 is when Bronny can get drafted. That makes me feel old as shit.
Yeah, well, it makes me feel older. But is he getting drafted because he's really, really good at basketball? Or is he getting drafted because his dad's LeBron James?
He'll probably get drafted because he's really good at basketball. Because
you think so?
How many? Like, we'll probably cover it in a podcast one day. But how many failed father-son partnerships have there been? Do you know what I mean? In terms of like, there's not many successful sons.
Yes, but at the same time, how many fathers have been LeBron James? Like, you've got to look at the leverage LeBron's got over the NBA. Like you bring Bronny in, and he gets drafted to a, I don't know, let's say a Knicks, because they're never going to do anything. So let's say the Knicks.
Just can't go a podcast without doing it, can you?
No. So let's say the Knicks, right? So then the Knicks will be happy to, like, bring Bronny in because they'll be looking at LeBron's contract and be going, he might come over here and want to play with his son at some point.
Ironically, you've said the Knicks to pull shit, but he has always said he loved MSG.
Exactly. That was kind of where I was going from.
Not hating on the Knicks.
It's not hate anymore, is it? It's just truth. The shit at basketball. Moving on. We've gone straight into that. That wasn't supposed to be the first topic. The first topic.
Well, I feel like we had a good segue, so I just fucking went with it.
Yeah, well, you just go.
I changed the playbook. Fuck the coach.
Yeah,
I'm the coach.
I don't even know.
I am the captain now.
I don't even know who the coach is anymore. I thought this podcast was like the Throwback Podcast, but it's vastly becoming the G Shaq shit show. Is what it's talking of shit shows, have you seen the Mavs jersey?
Like, I feel like on this podcast, all I do is just trash Mavs jerseys.
I know, but they've basically just gone, Luca, we've got a lot of time for you, and we know you played for Real Madrid, so what we're going to do is we're going to make this Real Madrid jersey. They're saying it's the 40th anniversary jersey, but it just looks like the Real Madrid.
It's a 40th anniversary jersey that's got the colours that they've never worn.
Have I gone off here, or am I still there?
You're still there.
Oh, that's fantastic then, because it's showing that I'm not on my screen, which is great. But we move, don't we? We carry on. We just keep moving. We keep going. I'm back on my screen now.
But no, I mean, to be fair, like, it's not a colour they've wore. Is it necessary? Is it that thing of make a manky jersey, but you put Doncic on the back of it, it will sell anyway?
I think gold and white looks great, doesn't it? But I just don't understand it. I do like the way that they've not used Luka in the promo shoot, and they've used Porzingis to kind of go, no, it's not. It's not Real Madrid. It's not. Like, Luka's the biggest, if not the biggest star in basketball. One of. Do you know what I mean? At this current moment in time, worldwide, especially in Europe. Like, obviously, I run the Throwback store, and like, I get a lot of European customers. And Doncic in Europe is a god. Like, anywhere in Europe, he is an absolute god. So why you wouldn't use him in your promo shoot, to me, is crazy. But I don't know. Maybe those pictures will turn up at some point closer to the start of the season. But not a fan. Little bit corny, that one.
But I do think sometimes they do use a more, and this sounds awful to Porzingis because he is a genuinely great player. Sometimes they don't use a franchise player for a jersey reveal. And we'll get onto that with probably the next jersey we're going to discuss, which is the Jazz.
Oh, I like the Jazz jersey.
I like that City jersey anyway.
Yeah. The other
they're generally quite lazy in Utah.
Yeah.
They use the same one. They use the same one like for 2 years.
Yeah, I like that one that, like, the colours faded. Like, I liked that yellow, orange vibe. Like, I really liked that idea.
And then now they've just kind of dipped it in tarmac.
That's what they've done.
And it looks squishy.
It looks insanely good. Like, I'm a massive fan.
Yes.
A massive fan of that jersey.
Like, the contrast of the black and the orange for the lettering, like, is just...
Yeah.
Like, I looked at it again before we started recording, and I was just like, yeah. Like, this could be the one.
Yeah.
Like, the one, yeah. Like, it might have took the mantle. And I don't know why. It might be recency bias, but it's damn nice. Damn nice.
Brilliant jersey. Like,
but randomly using Royce O'Neal.
Well, exactly. Like, just throw him in there. Says O'Neal, might get some traction. Yeah. And the other jersey, which for me is the best one of the three, and they went completely against what we're saying. They used Ja Morant, and the new Grizzlies jersey is what the classic jersey should have been. Like, they shouldn't have done that classic jersey with the Vancouver. They should have gone with a vibe of the Vancouver like print round the collar and sleeves, or not sleeves. They should have done that last year and made it Memphis. So there's an M and a G in it this year on the sleeves and the collar. So I like that a lot. They've tried to make it Memphis's own as opposed to bringing Vancouver in on it.
Like, I think for me, like, we go through jersey seasons. Like, we go through like with fashion brands, they have like a winter collection, blah, things like that.
Yeah.
With jerseys, so like last year's City jerseys, there were some nice ones, no disputing. The year before, you think about it, you had the first Coogee one for the Nets, you had the Purple Rain Wolves, you had the Miami Heat Black one,
the Vice
one.
Knights.
You had the OVO Raptors.
Yes.
At the North. Like that year, that was the first year of the Jazz jersey with a really cool on it. The Sixers one was wicked because you had that kind of I think it was was it Rocky?
It was the grey Rocky one.
So that season, that collection of City jerseys and that year for jerseys, beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Last year, reasonable, not bad. This year, they've come out all guns blazing again.
Yeah.
The Bulls one's nice. The Hawks rebrand. The Buzz City one. The Nets one's not particularly nice. Yeah. The Nuggets, do you know what I mean? All of these, of the 29 decent teams in the league, 28 decent teams in the league, they've got pretty nice jerseys. Yeah. Obviously, we're not too bothered about the Knickerbocker ball bags or the Oklahoma City pricks. So they're all right. With the Mankey jerseys.
Anyway.
And just to clarify, my hatred for Oklahoma City Thunder isn't based around the team. It's based around Tom Snowden. It's based around OKC UK, who hated on Joakim Noah, and I'll never forgive him. I'm just clarifying that.
So, just to clarify as well, the views of Ginger Shaq aren't the views of the Throwback Store. Still buy from me. I'm just here as a vessel for Ginger Shaq's voice to be heard. Not that he needs.
You just sat there and trashed the Knicks.
The Knicks trashed themselves.
And as a business owner, please answer me this, Mark. What is one of the most popular teams in the UK?
The Knicks.
Fucking smart businessman you are, aren't you? You fucking egg.
But what I will say is...
I think your team's shit, but I'll sell you the merchandise.
Yeah, because the jerseys are really well thought through, aren't they? And they've got loads of character. No, they've not got that either, have they? Well, but the Celtics ones are really. Oh no, they're the same. Moving on, we'll move off jerseys now because we're going to start offending people.
Start offending people.
Continue to offend people because that's what we do.
We've just put the Eastern Conference on the floor and pissed on them.
Well, get a better teaming making your jerseys.
All right.
Big stuff though. Talking of, we'll go from negativity to positivity. What about our main guy, MD?
He's just do you know what? He's a fucking icon.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know Martin on a personal level. And the work that he's put in with the GG3X3 for a beautiful cause, to raise money for charity and spread youth hoops. And then he's gone, do you know what? Can't hold a tournament this year. So I'm going to bring basketball to the people. And spent over 100 hours putting up nets around London, encouraging people to do it around the country. And then, big old bozzer bans public sport, so they take the nets down. So what does our man MD do? He goes to the news.
Yeah, he goes to the BBC.
And he fights the good battle. He fights the good battle. It should be MD MBE.
Oh my God, yes. MD MBE, hashtag MD MBE. What he's done, and our friend Martin, by the way, just for people who don't know, runs a charity 3-on-3 basketball tournament called the GG 3x3, which is named after his best friend George, who sadly passed away. And he's done so much work in London for doing kids clinics during lockdown. Well, not during lockdown, during all this pandemic, which in itself is incredibly difficult with all the hoops you've got to jump through and all the clauses and everything that you need to be putting in these contracts that the kids' parents need to sign. And I imagine it was a headache because the job that I do, like in a children's care home, I know all the things that go into kind of policy and procedure and risk assessment. So, and G does a similar job to me. So I can only imagine like what kind of red tape Martin's kind of ran into in order to try and get these things off the ground. But we just wanted to have a segment where on the podcast where we just praised Martin for the work that he's done, because like it is unbelievable. And if at some point in his life he's not on the Queen's Honours list, I'll be very, very, very surprised, because he does so much for the community, fighting the battle that is so difficult to fight when even the government won't fund it, won't even fund the sport. Obviously, they have now. They have kind of opened the pockets, but it's people like Martin doing what they do that make the government look and watch and see. So shout out to Martin and everything that he's done, because it's absolutely insane. And he supported me since I started. He supports Ginger Shaq in all these endeavours. So he's a very selfless person.
And it's not even his job.
No.
Like, it's not even his job. Do you know what I mean? And, like, I just honestly think that he's an absolute credit to the community and the country as a person.
Exactly, yeah.
For all the hard work that he does, so selflessly. No government funding for himself personally, the things that he's done. You know, like, he's just, you talk about good people and you talk about right people, and then you talk about Martin and you're like, the man is an icon. And he's just, yeah, like, I mean, I could literally spend
what he's done.
You know, absolute godsend to the community. And if anyone doesn't, please follow the GG3X3. Yeah, and not only will you see some amazing community work, he brought the best dunk contest there has ever been in this country.
That was insane. Do you know what I mean?
Shout out Jordan Sutherland, Joel Henry. You know, like
everybody who was there. It was insane to be there and witness that dunk contest. That was like one of my highlights since starting this business. Was that. So, shout out to Martin.
Yeah.
As a whole. Right, now we're going to go to questions. I don't know how much time we've got, but we'll get into this. This is a good question. This one is from Alessandro Totti. I know, I just hit my head on the microphone for anybody who's not...
I didn't want to bring it up.
Yeah.
I didn't want to bring it up.
Alessandro Totti says, another great episode. Question for the next one. Take away the injuries and gun incident. So we know who we're going on to now. Where does Gilbert Arenas rank in all-time point guards? He lit up Kobe for 60 at the Staples and was a scoring machine circa 2006.
Top 15 all time.
Top 50. Oh. Hot take. I love Gilbert Arenas, and I love him more now he's not playing than when he was. But yeah, for a spell there, he was very, very difficult to guard. He was putting up stupid numbers against the likes of Kobe. Top 15. I'd have to. It's something you'd have to really think about, wouldn't it? Like, would you put him above a Jason Kidd? Would you put him above a Russell Westbrook?
No.
And where does Westbrook rank? And do you class Iverson as a point guard? And do you class Arenas as a point guard, really? or would you say he was more a shooting guard? I think there's a lot of questions that go into it. What I will say is he was unpredictable. He was great for the league from a consumer point of view, not for David Stern.
I mean, he was just fun, wasn't he?
Yeah. Like, I remember, I think it was the 2006 All-Star game in Las Vegas, where he, at halftime, they had obviously they have entertainment going on at halftime, and they had the guys with the trampolines doing like dunks dressed as, I don't know, dinosaurs and stuff. And he just ran out to the back on his own because somebody bet him he wouldn't do it, bounced off this trampoline, put the ball through his legs and dunked her, and then just walked off. And that's Gilbert Arenas all over, isn't it? Like, it's like he's not bothered. He doesn't conform. He just did what he wanted to do, and that was the beauty of him. But
you can't help think that he was a player that just missed his generation.
Yeah,
like you put Gilbert Arenas now in the league.
Yeah.
Sports Center top 10 all the time. ESPN. Stephen A. Smith would be loving him or hating him. Skip Bayless would be sucking his toes.
Yeah.
Like, people would be loving this guy in the social media age.
We need
imagine the fun that somebody like him and Embiid would have.
Oh yeah, people love Gilbert Arenas anyway because he is outspoken. Still, like, I watch his podcast all the time, and shout out to Gilbert for rocking. He rocks like a different throwback, mostly game ones, every episode of his podcast, which is brilliant. Just trying to, because he never mentions who the player is. So I'm sat there, and for the first 15 minutes, I'm trying to figure out whose throwback he's got on. I'm like, yeah, who's he got on this time? So shout out to Gilbert for rocking a jersey. Like, you don't see many players kind of doing that now. And
but as you said, he just doesn't fucking conform, does he?
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. And on the kind of subject of like game jerseys and stuff like that, I seen something on one of the Twitter pages regarding Isaiah Thomas, saying that he was wearing Miami Heat shorts to kind of training, and is he going to Miami? I personally have sold Isaiah Thomas shorts and jerseys in the past for teams that he's never played for. He bought a Blue Iverson Sixers jersey, and he's also bought some, I think they were Timber.
Well, Brandon Roy bought a Blazers jersey.
Yeah.
I mean, if I get where people are coming from, but it's just Twitter shit, because he's not going to play for the Seattle Storm. He rocks their shit all the time.
Exactly. Big advocate for the WNBA as well, Isaiah Thomas, which is brilliant to see from like such a well-respected player. Him and Kyrie are really carrying the torch with that stuff at the moment. Shout out to Coach Yu as well from the community, who does a lot for the WNBA.
Yes.
He really does kind of push that narrative over here as well, which is great to see. Another question, I'll probably just sneak one more in, which goes back to the last podcast where we were talking about the best Robin players. And you kind of touched on it when you mentioned Stockton and Malone, who was the Robin. And Sam Blake asks, Peyton or Kemp, who is the Robin?
Firstly, shout out to Sam, who's a massive advocate of the podcast. Top guy. Yeah. And he's part of Bulls Nation, so double top guy.
Yeah. Not so much
it's swivel. That's the thing though, isn't it? Like, it's one of them again. Like, you could say Kemp. Yeah. I could say Peyton. Like, obviously with them ones, it's a little bit more difficult because, like Stockton and Malone, never came to fruition. Never won anything.
But the irony of both of those were that they both got to the finals and they were both beaten by Jordan and the real Robin, which was Pippen. So it kind of all goes back to the same kind of subject, which is that the ultimate Robin will always be Scottie Pippen, regardless of anything else. So maybe you didn't have a Robin. Maybe Stockton and Malone were two Batmans. Maybe Kemp and Peyton were both Batman. But ultimately, I think, I don't know, maybe Jordan was Superman, and maybe Pippen was Robin, and Robin just
he had that fucking Thanos. He had that Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Like, he just fucked people up.
Yeah, he did.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you could, like you said, there's numerous different combos that you could argue, and I've seen the comment as the Kemp and the Peyton one was one where I was like, that's probably that's one of the harder ones.
Yeah,
because you can argue the Stockton Malone. You can go, well, it's Malone because he won MVP and it. He was this, and and then you go, well, Stockton's better than him because like he's got better assists and he looks after his children. Like
or he at least knows his children. At least he knows his children. But you can do it with the Peyton and Kemp, can't you? Like, you could say Peyton's better because he didn't smoke crack. So who knows? But ultimately, there we are. And another question was, what's the deal with the Globetrotters? Were they ever an NBA team? The answer to that was no, and that was the end of that conversation. But again, I appreciate anybody who's sending questions in. I appreciate all the support still. We're still moving, and this will be dropping Friday, and then Monday is the big one. We've got our first guest. I'm still not going to reveal who that is. Right. Yeah, but it's going to be a spicy episode. That is to say the least. And
to be fair, if you don't work it out,
you're
fuck off.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
But don't really fuck off. Like, still.
No, actually, stay.
Yeah, but I just want to take a minute to shout out supporters of the podcast who have ensured that I have come fit. Okay. The guys are on the shelf.
Oh.
Yeah, I copped a Diamond Supply Chicago Bulls tee.
That's really cool, that, actually.
It is fucking nice, isn't it?
Really
They've
cool.
got some more over there. Like, I don't know, by the time this goes out, they shouldn't have, because like they're on fire. Yeah. But shout out to on the shelf.
Yeah.
Jack and Co.
Yeah, Jack and Jess. Shout out to the gang. In the north as well. In Manchester. So always repping the Throwback store, and we try to return the favour when we can. So shout out to you guys for always supporting. And yeah, another one in the bag. Number 9 done, dusted. Thanks for the support. Keep sharing, keep liking, keep commenting, keep sending your questions in, because we love that. And we shall see you very soon with a special guest. So peace out.